Today we are going to study an important topic in physics, physical quantities. Understanding this concept is essential because it forms the foundation of measurements in science. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to distinguish between physical and non-physical quantities and identify different types of quantities. Let's begin. What are physical quantities? A physical quantity is anything that can be measured and has a specific unit. For example, imagine a table in front of you. If we measure its length and find it to be 1.5 meters, then 1.5 is the magnitude or size, and meter is the unit of measurement. Since length has both a magnitude and a unit, it is a physical quantity. Similarly, consider a bottle of water. If its mass is 500 grams, 500 is the magnitude and gram is the unit. Since we can measure mass, it is also a physical quantity. So always remember, if it can be measured and has a unit, it is a physical quantity. Now let's talk about things that are not physical quantities. If something cannot be measured or does not have a unit, it is not a physical quantity. For example, the number 20 alone has no unit. It's just a number. Words like happiness, strength, intelligence, we can describe them, but we can't measure them with a unit. Even if we say a lot of sugar or a big car, these are not physical quantities because they lack precise measurement. However, if we say 20 kilograms of sugar, now it's a physical quantity because it has a unit kilogram. 30 meters per second for speed, that's also a physical quantity because it includes both magnitude and a unit. So the key rule is if there's no unit, it's not a physical quantity. Physical quantities are divided into two main categories: base physical quantities and derived physical quantities. Base physical quantities are the building blocks of all other measurements. They are independent and cannot be broken down into simpler quantities. There are seven base physical quantities, each with a standard unit: length, which is measured in meters; mass, which is measured in kilograms; time, it is measured in seconds; electric current, it is measured in amperes; temperature, it is measured in Kelvin; amount of substance, it is measured in moles; luminous intensity, it is measured in candelas. These are the building blocks of all other physical quantities. Now, when we combine base quantities using mathematical operations, we get derived quantities. These are called derived because they are dependent on base quantities. Let's look at some examples. When we divide distance by time, we get speed, which is a derived quantity. Here, length is a base quantity and time is also a base quantity. So, combining two base quantities gives us a derived quantity. Let's see another example. Multiplying two lengths gives area, which is a derived quantity. Here, length is a base quantity. Now, if we multiply mass by acceleration, it gives us force, a derived quantity. Mass is a base quantity, acceleration is a derived quantity as it comes from length and time. So, combining one base quantity and one derived quantity gives us a derived quantity. Let's apply this to real world situations. You often see speed limits like 80 km per hour on highways. Here, 80 is the magnitude, kilometers per hour is the unit of speed. Since it has both magnitude and unit, speed is a physical quantity and a derived one because it depends on two base quantities, distance and time. If the temperature of a room is 25 degrees Celsius, 25 is the magnitude and Celsius is the unit of temperature. Since temperature is a base physical quantity, it is fundamental to physics. Similarly, if a bag weighs 10 kg, 10 is the magnitude and kg is the unit of mass. Since mass is a base physical quantity, it forms the foundation of measuring weight. I hope you remember base physical quantities. Here's an easy way to memorize the seven base physical quantities. Just remember mol CTT. This M stands for mass. This A stands for amount of substance. L stands for length. This L stands for luminous intensity. C stands for current. T stands for time, and this T stands for temperature. Now, how to identify base and derived quantities? It's pretty simple. If a physical quantity isn't in this list, it's a derived quantity. Let's look at these quantities. Can you tell which one is which? Acceleration is not in the list, so it's derived. Work is not in the list, so it's derived. Velocity is not in the list, so it's derived physical quantity. Time is in the list, so it's a base physical quantity. Luminous intensity is in the list, so it's a base physical quantity. With this method, you can easily classify any physical quantity. Let's summarize everything we have learned today. Physical quantities are anything that can be measured and have a unit. Non-physical quantities do not have a unit and cannot be measured. There are 7 base physical quantities that serve as the foundation. Derived quantities come from combining base quantities. You can use moles, CTT to easily remember the base quantities. Now you are ready to apply this knowledge in physics problems and real life scenarios. Thanks for joining this lesson and see you in the next one.